You know what? One of the greatest things about this whole record was the way the record came out initially with the radio. That radio that you had to tune in, and I kept getting stuck with some talk stations on that, going up and down the dial until I finally found your music. That was a really innovative use of modern technology with bringing back the old style sitting around the radio.
You know, we had a lot of time to think up cool little ideas for this record because in between the last album and this album, we all went off and did our own side projects, you know. Krist made a record. Nate went off and did stuff. Pat was out doing the Germs. Taylor was doing stuff on his own. And so we had like a year to really think about cool stuff to do, like the garage tour.
Right.
We thought about that. We figured that one out. The documentary, we figured that one out. I don't know. We just came up with all these cool little ideas, and the radio station thing seemed like a really good way to sort of tease people and sneak in little bits of songs.
Well, let's talk about most people's college reunion involves ducking people you didn't like, paying back old debts, and having a few keggers. You had a college reunion on this record of your own with the producer and one of your bandmates from Nirvana with Butch and Krist. When did that come to fruition and stuff?
Well, we recorded with Butch, God, I guess it was a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. We did a couple songs for our greatest hits record. We did a song called Wheels and a song called Word Forward. We did that with Butch, and I hadn't really recorded with Butch since Nevermind, you know. And Butch is awesome. He's the same dude he was 20 years ago. He's a great producer, and he's a good friend. So we started thinking, well, why not make the next record with Butch? It could be great. He's obviously an awesome producer. But instead of using computers and stuff, let's use tape. So it started with Butch. Like, okay, we're using Butch, but no computers. Let's do all tape, all analog. And then I thought, well, then why don't we just do it in my garage, you know? Because I have a normal-sized garage. We put a minivan in. And then upstairs I had this little control room office. And it just kind of all went from there, you know? And we've been working on it for Taylor and I started demoing this stuff about a year ago.
How did I Should Have Known become the track that was the Krist track?
I don't even really remember. I mean, because that came a little bit later on. We didn't start the demo process with it. And, knowing that we were making the record with Butch, when I first realized we were doing it with Butch, I just emailed Krist and said, dude, we're making the record with Butch. Can you believe it? And he was so excited. And I said, you should come down and jam on something. And then as we were working out songs, then we wrote I Should Have Known. And I thought, you know what? That's perfect because it's kind of dark and it seems like Krist will fit in there somewhere, you know, and it just worked out absolutely perfectly.
We're going to come back after and talk about the documentary, did anyone see the documentary last night? We're going to talk about that, and you know what? Doing this today, I should have known to go see it last night, but I had my people. I don't have people. I have person. I got some input, and we'll talk about how you guys, some of the things you guys said, I heard you said in that documentary, but the track that Krist Novoselic reunites with Dave Grohl on from the LP Waste and Light, this is I Should Have Known on Foo FM on 102.1 The Edge.